shit. We're gonna
questions
be
because they
reacting
sort of
to
get at the
asthma.
underlying feelings that people
I
have. So
got
this
my
is about as
fucking
blunt of
thing in
questions
his
you can
way.
get. Deport all immigrants here illegally. I will note the ABC News poll asked about undocumented immigrants. So we have slightly different questions, but these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deport all immigrants who are here illegally. 55% of the New York Times. Mark.
So overwhelmingly, most people want to deport all of the illegal aliens. Okay, well, there you go. Exactly. So this is what I've said before, right? The entire idea that this is an unpopular opinion is bullshit.
All right, so before we even get this going, man, I've been watching Asmongold. Like I know niggas like what? Jody, you like the most hoodest nigga. Why is your first video reacting to Asmongold? Because I think he's actually interesting. Do I agree with everything he say? Nigga, you can't point to one nigga in this world who I agree with everything they say. I don't care who it is, nigga. It's stuff that you feel me? So I just like, hey, man, it is interesting to hear other motherfuckers' thoughts. Period. You know, I used to, I ain't finna even chat, I'm finna finish watching this video. I used to watch Anti Daniels, he be going into it, Corey Holcomb, man, the community. You know, everybody got their opinion, but I used to watch him. Can I sit here and say I listened to and supported half of the shit he said? No. But I used to watch him. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta agree to watch something all the time.
It's a bullshit opinion.
At 64%, CBS News 57%, ABC News with a slightly different question 56%.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which
64% is crazy.
I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across 4 different pollsters. Feelings towards immigration in this country.
This is what's crazy, is that deport all undocumented immigrants. And you remember in 2016, like Trump didn't even say that, and people were getting mad at him. But now look at this. It has almost, well, not really almost, but it's gone up by like fucking.
What do I think about this situation? Bro, in terms of illegal immigration and immigration in general, um, dude, I ain't gonna go into too much detail because I really can't, and I'm not in a position to just yet. I gotta get some more views for me to really get y'all, you feel me, the real spiel and shit. But man, like on immigration, bro, I'm gonna just say in my old town, uh, they just for the Biden administration die hard. Man, Trump has been doing some interesting things. In terms of the longevity of America, I don't know. I know one thing, y'all. This is just low key a sign of America collapsing. If you ask me, uh, with the moves we making, just think about someone who in a panic state. You know what I'm saying? At that point, we don't give a fuck. Excuse my language or whatever, but we don't care. Anyone in a state of like ruthlessness to an extent, like some triggered it. You get what I'm saying? Period. Can it be maybe reconciliated? Maybe, but like I say, America is acting in a state of panic. If you were to ask me from a outside perspective, it's impossible for me as an American citizen to kind of have an outside perspective, but I might just definitely do try to put myself on a different kind of up in the air just to kind of view different situations. So I'm just not viewing it from one position. But no matter what, I got biases, and so do we all.
50% almost. This is a crazy
So
increase.
I'm really not gonna go into too much detail on my thoughts on
Feelings towards
immigration just yet.
undocumented immigrants and deporting all
I
of them
can
have
say
become
though,
considerably more hawkish, and I think that gives Donald Trump much more
I've been
leverage
to
to
the
go with the
border,
American people and
so
sort of have
I've
these focus, some
spoken
might say,
verbally
harsh,
with
different rhetoric and
I've spoken verbally with ICE, yeah, ICE, and man, I've spoken with Border Patrol. You feel me? I've spoken with immigration lawyers, you know, as well as military on the other side of Mexico, because I was actually at the border and I was able to, I'm able to speak. Hablas español, quito, muy inteligente. Practicar español para niños y niñas en la escuela. So, I ain't too bright, but I could definitely say like down, you know. You know what I'm saying? Watch out. What's up? Heads up. So
Also,
as I'm saying it in
issue
English,
This
right?
is why they voted for him. This is what the people want. It is. Don't listen to some crying, hysterical Karen on social media. This is what people want.
sort of going after immigrants who are here illegally, want immigration levels decreased. This includes legal and illegal immigration. Look at this. Last year, 55%. That is the
Wow.
highest level since the 9/11
I
after.
can see why it
That's
was low after
obvious.
9/11. I can give some.
If you
Yeah,
go back
that's
just to
fucking
And there's, again,
obvious.
Yeah.
legal and
Illegal
illegal. So
and
they want,
Yes.
people want less people coming into the country.
Exactly.
Well, duh, of course, right? Whenever you're importing a bunch of people and they're driving down wages, absolutely you'd want less of them.
Ooh, we got that reggaeton. Today we're gonna be making beats.
They
you
have
guys
been
send
driving
me.
down
Okay, so let's
wages.
go.
It's my last
Exactly. They
name.
want less people.
36% to 56% is a 55% increase? Oh my god. So people, okay, actually, you know what? We're not even going to talk about math.
Coming into the country. Look at that. That's a 14-point rise from 2023.
Not
You
gonna
go back to
happen.
2016 when
Don't
Donald
wanna
Trump
hear
again was
shit.
running for president the first time. It was 38%. That's a 17-point rise. So the bottom line is
A 17-point rise in 1 year is fucking ridiculous. This is the reason why they can't stop. If they stop doing this, they are literally not enforcing the will of the people. This is what they want.
more folks
Immigration only helps the rich. You're right. The only people that benefit from mass immigration are business owners and politicians that are able to capitalize on the votes. Those are the only people that benefit from it. The average American worker does not benefit from it. Middle class people don't benefit from it. Working class people certainly don't benefit from it. The only people that do are upper middle class and upper class people that are able to exploit that labor. That's it.
want
So, well, you could say what you want. I'm real objective. I try to be, and just listen, okay? What he just said was, I'm gonna just say it's a dichotomy. And to my knowledge, what that is it's two sides. You feel me? It's this side and it's this side. So, firstly, this is one perspective, and it's kind of like chess, a game theory. I'm not sure what portion of game theory, but just bear with me. So, with people who are working here, who are not documented, you work somewhere. Uh, for example, think about a waiter or waitress. It's an iffy example because throughout American history, it has always been American workers working these waitresses jobs, to my knowledge. It's hella stories about old white women in the 40s for being waitresses in stores. You feel me? Back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, white waitresses. You get me? So, it's definitely an American thing, but just how the labor is so low for that job. You get what I'm saying? How like it has been acceptable for them to expect to make the majority of their money off up off tips. You get what I'm saying? And it's just kind of crazy. Because I'm gonna keep to the point. Okay, so the boom, that's one part of it though. Like it breaks. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it makes it the price of your job much cheaper. But at the same time, man, it's a slippery slope, y'all, because in America, dude, all people want is the best for themselves. You know, that's kind of how I'm looking at Trump too, man. I'm really feeling like he really got he do got his best interest. There's no way around it. Just think about anyone, any position. You know, if Pete Buttigieg would have been in office, he would have pushed what he believes. So you get what I'm saying? It's just like, but that's one position of it. The other side, I would say, bro, real talk is, um, is it even worth it? Is all this even worth it, bruh? Because next thing you know, we might have an immigrant, a Democratic law, president, and the border might flood open. And it's like, was it worth it? Furthermore, was it worth the families and the way it's being broken down? You know, I can say one thing, okay? So just bear with me, all right? Regardless of any topic, when emotions begin to come involved, so like you kind of see how I was just saying, um, I'm feeling the way that is low key a lot of the times a shortcut to, you know, trying to get you to believe something without really getting your thoughts involved because you felt it before you thought it through. But also, a lot of times you can't necessarily avoid those feelings that you're feeling when you're hearing something that isn't aligning with what you've experienced. So, for example, if you see somebody, you see a study online speaking about the experience of black people or the experience of gay people, and you're like, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah. I hope all that got together. And I hope motherfuckers are smart enough to keep up with me. But yeah, bruh. So, boom, Asman though.
People who are
So
here
only
illegally
once.
deported and their overall feelings towards immigration have become considerably
Yep.
more hawkish.
63% say they're okay with deporting immigrants who are here illegally and arrived in the last 4 years.
Yep.
87% are good with deporting immigrants who are here illegally and have
87%.
criminal records.
87%. Literally, imagine going against something that has 87% support.
I can say
That's
that is
crazy, isn't
interesting
it?
though.
Oh my
We
God.
don't have a
And
system
I don't know what this
for
is.
them
Why
when
not
they
legal?
commit
Well,
crimes.
the reason why is because,
So
like, for example, H-1B visas. So
it
if
do
you
be
bring
a
over a
iffy
guy from
and a gray
India,
area.
and then you're able to pay that guy from India the same wage as that you're able to pay an American, the guy from India actually has an advantage over you. And let me explain the reason why. There is an extra level of job.
So before he even get there, he's spitting facts, and that's what I say. Niggas can say whatever they want about Asmongold. This man ain't no fool. This man ain't no fool, bro. He's not no fool, bro. He not no fool, bro. But he's saying like that is so much better for the Indian nigga getting this job in America than it is us helping him. Because like, man, he's a working class person in over there in India, bringing in American dollars to that place. He getting probably paid American wage, so probably $15 at least, probably even more here to work in America. And I don't even know how that works. I got to do my homework because it may be less. Who knows? But let's just say, for example, he was getting paid minimum wage in America. Uh, boom, $15. Now he getting that $15 in India. They average pay over there is probably like $3 a day. No, $3 an hour, maybe something. I don't know. That's an estimate. I need to do my facts. But that's just to say that and let's look back at how is it helping this American. This person who's in America is helping it is being selfish and not necessarily selfish, but he's not hiring people in America. He's sourcing his services to fucking India. So, you know, now that's taking jobs away from these people in this community. You know, so say for example, he could have a daggone, you could run a shop out of a house now. Because ain't nobody got to read
security
that.
or security that the employer has, that Indian worker will maintain and stay at their job, and they will probably tolerate higher degrees of maybe mistreatment. They might tolerate higher degrees of overworking, and the reason why is because they don't want to lose their visa. So whenever you have something that you can hold over their head and then use that as leverage to make them do things that you want, then yeah, absolutely, that plays a huge role. It does. Threats of deportation if they lose their job. Exactly. So that's the reason why. So even if you're competing on a completely even playing field, like systematically, that person has a more appealing, like, who do you want to like, this is a good question, right? If you're an employer, who do you want to have working with you, right? Do you want to have the person working for you? Do you want to have the person that can quit whenever they want and just go work somewhere else? Or do you want to have the person whose entire life is tied to your company? Well, you want to have the person whose entire life is tied to your company, because that person is going to try to work harder and you can take advantage of them more easily, and they don't really have a recourse for it as much. Armed protesters the second they see an ICE agent.
These dudes is crazy.
They shouldn't do that. They threw a frozen break. Wait, what is this here? What, they got these animals going crazy?
They're everywhere. Shut the fucking doors. Shut the door.
Look at them.
Fucking doors. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's a water bottle.
We're fucking pressed, We're pressed. Do you know what the First Amendment is? First Amendment. Yes or no? They threw
No, they don't.
a frozen ice
Them
brick in
dudes
the
got
car.
some kind of intent too,
Take
though.
off your vest.
They not wrong though. They do got the First Amendment, and they are the press, and they got every right to though. So that don't exclude. I'm not saying that they got ill intent to exclude those behavior.
The shame shit is
It's
retarded
unfortunate.
and cringe. Well,
And really, bro, I'm just low key. I'm a daggone in the video here, bro. Or we gonna go to another one. But for me, this is just like I'm happy it ain't black people. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm happy it ain't black people, boy. The last couple years we've been the motherfuckers wilding out. And I'm just so happy that it ain't black people out here acting a fool. Feel me? So yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna do another react. Yeah.